This video is sponsored by Path of Exile 2. A new hunt dawns as Grinding Gear Games has just launched a massive update for Path of Exile 2, the Dawn of the Hunt update, which is available right now on Steam, the Epic Games Store, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. And I'm going to go over a few of the notable updates here in this video, including the addition of the new Huntress class. Any of you that are not as familiar with Path of Exile 2, this is a next-generation action RPG by Grinding Gear Games, where you'll find yourself journeying across the deadly continent of Rayclast, of course, meeting multiple immersive cultures while facing off against evil in many forms. Path of Exile 2 is out now in early access for $30, which also includes 300 points that you can spend on in-game cosmetics, stash tabs, and much more. I'll leave a link below if you'd like to join, but also note that when the game fully releases, it will be free to play. So the Huntress class is a spear-wielding Azmeri warrior who specializes in both melee and ranged combat. As you can see here, when wielding a spear, I have extended melee range and a short dash, but unlike other melee weapons in this game, with spears you can also throw them, and this is my very basic spear throw right here. Of course I have way cooler skill gems as well. And this combination of extended melee reach and range capabilities encourages a bit of a, dash in and out type of play style. Playing as a Huntress will allow you to control the battlefield with bleeds, lightning attacks, poison effects, and wind-based skills. On my level 11 Huntress, I have a skill gem called Rake, which allows me to dash towards an enemy and perform a lacerating slash, which inflicts bleeding. And this is good for opening if you're into doing like a bleed type build. It's got a nice little animation too. You can see they die over time. They're taking damage over time. See it ticking down right there, and the Vile Hag is dead. This skill right here is called Lightning Spear, and you throw a single copy of your spear, and when it hits an enemy, it bursts, firing secondary lightning bolt projectiles. But the cool thing with this skill is that if you have a frenzy charge, it becomes even more potent, and you're going to have more lightning spears and more explosions and just more damage overall. And I'll show you that in just a moment, because we have to talk about how to generate frenzy charges. This skill right here is my disengage skill, which is really good for if you have a bunch of enemies in your face, creating a little bit of distance between you and them while also dealing some frontal AoE damage as you rupture the earth. And if you use disengage immediately following a successful parry, and you can see my character doing the parry here, which can be used if you have a buckler in your hand. And with a parry, you parry the next strike or projectile that would hit you, blocking the hit and retaliating with a quick sweep that leaves enemies off balance, and you have increased attack power against those opponents. But if I go ahead and use the parry right here successfully, followed by the disengage, we're going to have that frenzy charge. So let's go up to this lumbering dead right here. And we're going to parry, followed by disengage, and now you can see I have this little green orb, and that signifies a frenzy charge, which means I can now use my lightning spear to much greater power. You can see it shot off multiple different bolts, much more than just shooting it without the frenzy charge. Couple more quick skills here. An example of a wind attack is whirling slash. So my character will jump forward and do a little slash and then put this whirling windstorm around, and any enemies that enter inside of this will be blinded, and when I exit, it does like a little AoE explosion. Now if I have the whirling slash down and I shoot my twister skill, it consumes the whirling slash and gives me some extra twisters. And to make things even cooler here, I'm going to go ahead and shoot my explosive spear with a frenzy charge, and then I'm going to shoot my twisters through the fire surface, and as you can see, it generates all these fire tornadoes. Really good for small rooms, as you just have this chaotic twisters just flying everywhere, burning everybody in the room. It's really powerful. There's of course a lot more to discover with this class. I'm only level 11 in this footage. And when you unlock your Ascendancies, the Huntress class gets to choose from Ritualist and Amazon. So the Ritualist sacrifices flesh and blood, unleashing corrupted life force upon their foes. And Ritualists wield blood sacrifices and plague as weapons. The Amazon is a peerless hunter who thrives on precision and elemental fury. And this is an ascendancy for those who want to forge warriors into elite hunters that are sworn to protect the Azmeri elders with lethal precision. And speaking of Ascendancies, the Dawn of the Hunt update also brings with it 3 new Ascendancies for other classes. The Witch gets access to the Lich Ascendancy, and Liches are masters of undeath and chaos and curses. You'll be using your own life to enhance your energy. The Warrior now has the Smith of Kitava Ascendancy, and these warriors forge weapons of destruction and fire and suffering, and this is an ascendancy for those who want to embrace sheer power and take smithing skills to greater heights. And the third new ascendancy is for my personal favorite class, the Mercenary, and this is the Tactician, and it brings military grade brutality to the battlefield. And these are mercenaries that are former trained Blackguard elites, and they can decimate monsters while earning a healthy income at the same time. Moving on to another major part of the update, we have the Azmeri Wisps in the game now. So in Act 1, players will meet an Azmeri hunter called Delwyn, who is investigating the recently emerged Azmeri spirit and its strange behavior. The spirit is supposedly warning or preparing us for impending darkness. Now, Delwyn will get you following wisps in the game, which will flee from you and then empower monsters that it touches, making these monsters stronger. And each spirit embodies a revered Azmeri animal, each with their own unique empowering abilities, such as the Wisp of the Great Bear, granting enemies increased life and stun potential. But after you defeat the empowered monsters, as you see me doing right here, Wisps can drop a new set of socketable items that allow you to craft a wide range of compelling new mods onto items. Each one may only be used on a specific item slot. Another new notable gameplay feature are Strongboxes, which you'll find scattered throughout Rayclast. And Strongboxes are locked chests that contain various items, but attempting to unlock one will unleash packs of monsters that you must defeat to get the loot out of the box. These definitely add a bit more fun to maps that you've already previously traversed and are going through perhaps a second time. The Dawn of the Hunt also brings a ton of new skills and support gems. There's 20 new spear skills. We talked about a few of them designed for the Huntress. But there's also 2 other highly anticipated abilities. Raise Spectre, which lets you trap and summon the souls of monsters in the game. And considering that there's hundreds of monster variants in PoE 2, this skill offers endless experimenting in your search for the ultimate undead army. And the other skill is called Summon Roa Mount, which allows you to call forth a Roa to fight by your side, or you can mount it to move at full speed while attacking. If you get knocked off while riding, though, this can leave you in quite a vulnerable state, so little risk versus reward going on here. On top of these new skills, over 100 new support gems have also been added to the game with this update to enhance build diversity. And support gems are, of course, everything in this game, so it's great to see so many more being added for us to experiment with and create some more unique, powerful builds. A couple more quick updates here. I'm not going to get deep into them though. We also have 100+ unique items that have been added with a focus on mid and end game tiers. There's new league and improved end game content. There's new foes that you'll find running around called Rogue Exiles, and these are intended to make you feel like you're playing PvP, even though it's not another player, as these rogue exiles can be highly unpredictable, kind of like players tend to be. And if you kill a rogue exile, they'll drop their equipped items. We got new maps, tower and tablet changes, and much, much more. Also note that the Dawn of the Hunt introduces the first wave of Twilight Order reliquary keys from the early access supporter packs, and these keys grant access to unique items, including pinnacle boss drops selected by those who've supported and bought the pack. The keys will also randomly drop during regular play. That's going to be it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully I'll see some of you in Rayclast. I'm excited for the future of this game, and I want to test out some more classes, and it's also nice to play and give feedback to help this game become the game that we all truly want it to be. So if you want to check out Path of Exile 2 with the Dawn of the Hunt update, I'll have a link down below, and you can get it for just $30, which also includes 300 points that you can spend on in-game cosmetics, stash tabs, and much more. Thank you to Path of Exile for sponsoring this video, and I'll catch you all on the next one in a future update.